proposed changes to the sport. I don't know about you two boys, and I don't want to put a downer on this recording, but it just feels like football's just the game we grew up with has taken such a battering over the course of 2020, and it just like seems like the last thing I wanted to hear a few weeks ago was Project Big Picture and those proposed changes and talk of the Super League, which is a European Super League, which has always been in the background, but I think now has come to the fore more. Am I being cynical, or do you two agree with me that this is like not a good time to be a fan of the sport in a way?
Well,
Yeah,
I've got. Go on,
I
Dar,
think
sorry.
on the yeah, sorry, Trice. I think on the on like the initial proposal itself of Project Big Picture, like the timing of it was just from the big clubs, from the actual proposal, the timing of it was kind of perfect in when the football league had its backs were so against the wall that any kind of proposal of cash injection was going to be of an appeal to them. Like they were crying out for some kind of like bailout wherever this may come from. So it did feel like they were at the most vulnerable, and it was the right time to pounce. And I can understand why clubs further down the ladder felt to them that was kind of a viable option, but it just didn't feel right to me, and it did feel like it was kind of taking advantage of a situation. And there was a lot of there's kind of a lot of question marks really about what happens towards the top end of the ladder, the football ladder. And being a fan of a team who has recently got back into the Premier League, and you've got these ambitions to kind of reinstate yourself as like a what you'd call like a Big Six club, I guess. It feels like that opportunity is being taken away from you. So that's how I personally felt. It didn't appeal to me, and I didn't understand the benefits really. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I can sympathise with the lower league clubs, and I just guess like at this moment in time, they're just needing some kind of financial incentive, aren't they? So
Yeah. I think it was like it seemed to be like the obvious good benefit of of course lower league clubs deserve a fairer crack of the revenue shares from England, from the football pyramid, but then like to negate that, it was just, well, everything else will be in charge of forever, and like from the top
yeah,
clubs, and specifically Liverpool and Manchester United's owners, it seems, are the ones who've driven this. It reeks of like just complete
I f-
closing the, pulling up the drawbridge on so many lower clubs so that they can't dream of ever winning the title.
yeah,
What
and
I
it's
think
like
on that is when
I was
you know
sorry,
it's been a few years now, hasn't it? Like this has been in the pipeline for quite a while. It seems like it started off as a bit of a fantasy really, but I think it's increasingly likely to happen, and the pandemic's definitely brought that on in with lower league teams being cash ridden, and then that sort of leads into the European Super League. Originally, when I first heard these developments, like I'm talking about 5 years ago, I was actually in a pub with you, Dobby. I can remember chatting to you about this, saying like, "Oh, I'm dead against like a European Super League." But now I think about it, and I think the EFL and the clubs of the Football League and the fans of the Football League deserve so much more than every few months been held to ransom by the top six. So like, if they want to go, good riddance to you. Like, let them go play Barcelona, Real Madrid in Dubai or wherever they want to play it, because what they're deluding themselves into is that's the only way that the pyramid can survive. I mean, as we know it, it looks pretty bleak for the pyramid, but why can't we have something new and better where, you know, I don't really care if Liverpool and Man United go off and play those teams. Like, the
Yeah,
pyramid will survive because
yeah,
people want it to survive. You know, like